opinion. It doesn't, like you said, it's complete. The entire Palestinian tactic is inversion, okay? Calling the IDF a terrorist organization is like, it's laughable, okay? And the only reason that they say it is to cause this, like, oh, there's both sides.
Oh, so we want
you terrorists. Let me finish. They say we are terrorists. They say we are terrorists. It's like, it's like opinion based. No, it's not opinion based. It's like, this is like the insanity. You can think it, you can be brainwashed to it.
So Hamas killed the 15.
Let him finish.
I don't know who killed him. I don't know who killed, what killed. We don't have real information coming from Gaza apart from Hamas. And now that they were, like, even when there were now demonstrations against Hamas wasn't executed those people. This demonstration is not even mentioned in the Jazeera. It's like you're being gaslight. You're in a mirror world, and you know it. Like, you do see the cracks of things that don't make sense. I don't know why you guys ignore it. Like, it's all there.
It's political all the time. They are political all the time.
I do hear Palestinians saying exactly the same thing, and it's like the other way around. Like, so I don't know. So someone is not.
Yes, I know.
But the question is where.
You want to talk about gaslighting? I just put the article.
But it's very easy much. You have one society that has free press, freedom of speech, freedom of protest, and one society that doesn't. This is why when there were protests and people are being executed for.
You don't have free press in Israel. What are you talking about? You're currently under a military censorship. What do you mean? Haaretz was censored by the government. What are you talking about?
Edward, please relax. I mean, I used to respect you, but
I'm not looking for your respect, Daniel. You don't have to respect me. Just don't kill me.
You have nothing.
They're not allowed to give away details of tactics and operational details, but they are very critical.
Israel is not a democratic nation. That's obvious in the world.
Addressing him is like is nonsense. Like all these.
I know. The Palestinians are not human beings. I know that.
I think. Again, it's in your head. It's like it's you're living in a.
But these are the kinds of things you say, Daniel. You say that they want war, they don't want peace.
No, he didn't say that. It's just based on them behaving norms because he doesn't say it.
Aziz, forget what I said, okay? What do the Palestinians want? Do you even know what the Palestinians want?
Listen.
Can you tell me what is from the river to the sea?
Right.
What is from the river to the sea?
Confusion is coming from because there is.
I'm not confused. I'm not. Imagine with all due respect.
Okay, not confusion. Let's say your perspectives. My apologies. I understand where your perspective is coming from because there is such representation among the Palestinian society that is speaking and acting the way that you think. But what you're not realizing is all the millions who are actually silent because they are being silenced either because of there are multiple reasons why they're being silenced, and that's exactly where the issue is. Many families I'm also aware. I'm sorry.
Why are they silenced?
I mean, there's an entire mechanism that silences Palestinians, which is a whole conversation on its own. Maybe we'll get into, but what I'm trying to get to is that you're painting the Palestinians all with one white brush, and I do think that many more Palestinians want the same thing that you want, which is peace and to just live and to have dignity in living. So not everyone is ideologically driven.
No. It's a bit more complicated than this. But first of all, of course, you're right. Okay, there are Palestinians. I even met them. Okay, so there are those. The problem is, first of all, they are not being silent. Like we could say, as I claimed, that in Gaza, yes, you don't have freedom of speech, but there are millions of Palestinians in the world, or the pro-Palestinian movement, they are not oppressed. They could speak out, and they choose not to. And the Arabs that do call for coexistence are automatically labeled as traitors, as collaborators, as Zionists.
Let me speak.
Let me finish. You will let me finish, and then you will speak.
Go ahead.
And that is the part. The voices that are calling for peace within the Palestinian society, or for coexistence, or for recognized Israel, are, and you should know this, are being labeled as collaborators, are being silenced.
Okay, gaslit by you.
Oh, can I speak now?
That is definitely one truth. And then Laos, would love to hear from you as well. But just a quick note that that does exist, but that's not all the Palestinians.
Wait. I finished the UFT and
But you heard that Edward immediately said that I was gaslighting.
Wait,
the problem. Just finish it and I will summarize it.
Oh my God.
One second.
Unmute everybody. When I hear a new voice, especially of a woman, I want to know what she has to say to the room. Let Lau to speak, please. Lau, speak.
Thank you so much. I finished UFT from Specialized in Political Science and I'm expert, okay? What you're talking about is bullshit. Give me a resource where what are you talking about, Daniel? Thank you.
First of all, I don't care about your degrees. They don't impress me.
You are the CBC reader.
Relax. I don't know what the CBC. And claims for what? Just relax. Have a normal conversation. No need to attack me personally. What do you want facts for that you think is bullshit that I said?
Show me your resources, like where you came from, like prove your argument. Thank you.
What don't you agree with?
Prove your argument.
What did I say? What did I say that is bullshit?
I don't know. You're bullshit. BS.
Okay, thank you.
You don't know what
That was amazing. That was an amazing contribution. Thank you very much.
It's a step higher than what you said, Daniel. I'm very happy with it. It was very concise. It was very concise.
BS.
You know how to summarize.
BS.
Amazing.
So guys, on the aid workers, they were.
Okay, let me speak.
I'll let you speak 1 second. I was going to say something. This is a fact. Of the aid workers that were found, they were bound by their arms. They were tied up. They were shot from close.
We heard this already. We moved past
One second. We've had a October 7th.
Let me.
1 second.
Israeli ammunition?
Switzerland also commented on it. Let me get back to you. It's a very interesting point what we are making, but let Laos just finish her comments as well.
Okay, I did research. Yeah, thank you. I did research, and UN promised Palestinians some land. And anyways, what I wanted to say is that UN basically promised something, okay? And because of UN promises, Palestinians and Israeli fighting right now because of UN. And what I wanted to say is, my point is that UN is not taking their responsibility, and they need to solve this problem, because otherwise these Palestinian Israeli keep fighting.
The UN created this problem.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about October 7th again, because we've had it before, because obviously we're not talking about it.
UN has created
so
this
don't bring it up ever again. Thank you.
UN created this chaos.
Because I want you to talk about it.
Wait, 1 second. Can I let me speak? Can I let me speak?
Fucking weirdos, man. Disgusting, man.
Excuse me, patriarchy, блядь. Let me speak.
You can definitely
Let me finish.
Yeah, let yourself.
Okay. What I wanted to say is that UN created this chaos. You need to solve this problem. Otherwise, this issue keep going. Thank you.
But the UN wants to keep this issue going. This is why they created the issue.
UN promised Israeli to land, and they borrowed this land from Palestinians, and now they keep fighting. Wait, if
you know what happened, Lord.
The UN.
Okay, can someone speak up, please? Thank you.
Where did you read this history that the UN gave Israel the land?
From the University of Toronto. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Okay, so...
Wow.
That's really not what happened.
Okay, scholarly article says, academic article says, UN promised Israeli land, and because of that land, Palestinian. Wait 1 second. Palestinians are fighting because they think that their land.
Put a link in the chat to this scholarly article.
Just check UN.
Universities.
Can you put a link? Just put a link.
Jacob.
Laos, if you just want to link some credible source, I'm happy to put it as a minute.
But wait. Yes, sure, I will do that. 1 second.
So meanwhile, maybe we can go circle back to what Aziz was saying earlier, and then you can find the link, and if it's a credible source, we'll put it as a pin. And welcome to Awareness as well.
Yeah, we heard about this propaganda story. We're talking bigger picture here about what the resolution is. And the Israeli side is saying we want peace, and now we're waiting to hear what the Palestinian side wants.
Palestinian wants to put aside for them, but also that they are not our children.
All I have to say is if you look at Israel, you'll see throughout the world there'll be Israelis arguing on what's the best way to do it. There'll be like the peaceniks, they want Israel out of Gaza. They'll have the ones that want the more extreme. They'll have in between. Everybody has different opinions, and in Israel you're allowed to say all that. You're allowed to protest, thousands protests. But what I am seeing from the Palestinian side is almost like very monolithic when it comes to this area. It's like this extreme, like we may not like H group, but this is our only option, and we want them to continue fighting. And there's no talk about peace or giving up. I mean, that's basically what I've been seeing. And when you have everybody everybody's trying to be more extreme than the rest. Like, and the second somebody tries to somehow be more moderate, everybody like. I've seen it on social media. Everybody just basically ostracized them. So how could you negotiate with people like that?
Look at the charter. Look at what it says. It is an Islamic, war, and it's insane. I mean, if you actually read the documentation on what Hamas stands for as a political movement, I mean, this is just a superficial conversation that doesn't have any details. That's the unfortunate thing about Clown House.
Aquarius and Comedy, do you know any single Palestinians? Do you have Palestinian friends at all in struggles? I personally don't, but I've been on social media for already 3 years.
Guys, can you read my article?
I've been on social media for 3 years, and I've seen the moderate Palestinians, and they are completely ostracized and bullied and doxxed for coming up with anything more moderate than the other ones. Again, I don't know any personal ones, which obviously is that would be the best. But from what I've been seeing, as opposed to the Jewish groups, you'll see a whole bunch of different opinions. People have it's the liberals, the Democrats, the conservatives, the Ben Gavirs. It's one big mix of different type of thoughts. But when it comes to the Palestinian side, it's just like this resist. Israelis are schmatzis, G-side, baby killers. It's the same propaganda over and over and over again, and there's nobody that gets up, and groups that get up and say, you know what, let's stop with all this talk, and let's try to demand that this extremist group step down. Let's demand that, IDF, they don't like the IDF. The IDF should get out of there. And let's talk. Let's try to have a little bit of a nuanced way of thinking. I don't see that.
So who is the Palestinian leader right now that's offering peace out of curiosity? Or is there such a person? Anybody? Please.
I think Israel killed the chief negotiator.
So Israel killed a member of Hamas. Where is the Palestinian? Remember, the legitimate. Hang on, Aziz. Listen to the facts, Aziz. You're going to learn now. The legitimate representative of the Palestinian people is called the Palestinian Authority. You should write this down, Aziz, because I know you don't know much about this. So where is the representative of the Palestinian people calling for peace? And I'm not asking you, Aziz, because I know you don't know, but anybody else in the room. I'll say it again. Where is the representative of the Palestinian people who are asking for peace? Where is our partner for peace? If there is one.
I do believe that there are many leaders in Palestinian community that are actively promoting peace, and I do believe that the Palestinian Authority, they're considered by many Palestinians they do kind of promote this idea of two states, and when there's any type of violence on the checkpoints, the Palestinian Authority tend to also be there to de-escalate. So they're calling for non-violence.
So what is the name of the person?
And just a second, and they also call it for a diplomatic approach to finding a solution forward. But the same question that Palestinians are having.
Matt, who is the person asking for peace right now? I still ask you that question.
First of all, Abu Mazen, as you know, is the head of the state.
Yes,
but
is he asking for peace?
Yes, over and over again.
Okay, show us where he has
and
no
also
peace.
and also there are many Palestinian peace activists. One of them, mainly, I can think of is Aziz. Aziz has been very outspoken. He's going speaking all across the U.S. Him and Israeli, and they're calling out for.
I don't mean a person who's an activist. I mean a representative of the Palestinian people who are offering peace.
Yeah, I think that the head of the Palestinian Authority is a very reasonable person, and he's not.
He may be, as he offered peace.
Right, and they're not promoting violence in any shape or form. So I think that that's really important to mention, and also that there's a lot of silence.
When did he offer peace? When did he offer peace?
I mean, over and over, like you just have to look at the public rhetoric.
Let's just take a look at the last time.
But I'm not here to argue back and forth. I'm giving you.
Wait. Let me speak, okay? Okay.
Peace offer.
Okay. Roots of the conflict is going deeper, like colonizing, Zionist immigration. So it's all about local. Okay. It's all about
peace laws.
Yeah.
Peace.
But wait. It's all about local Arabic resistance going back to early 1900s.
Laws. There's a question on the floor about a peace offer. Do you have an answer?
Yeah, British offered a peace, but the British offered peace. Yes, British offered peace. During the 1900s. Okay.
I mean now.
Okay, UN tried to offer diplomatic solution from two sides, but wait.
This war, right now.
Right now, they don't want diplomatic solutions because both of them are fighting right now. Thank you.
You're saying Palestine does not want a diplomatic solution right now? They want to fight? Is that your?
Yeah, because they're representing their Hamas and keep going with Hamas. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know that you understand what came in very handy. Niles, thank you for your contribution.
Thank you.
So can I look up this peace offer, Matt?
Just check online, okay?
I don't care to, I don't care to
I'll look it up.
try to, no, just a second, Norm. I don't care to try to go and find and research, so every time I say something that I have to back it up with evidence and a thesis, educational this. No, I know what I know because I know because I
know what I know.
With myself. And if
I ask for a peace offer, your answer is I know what I know?
No, I answered you multiple times, but the question that you have
show me what
also who is the peace partner on the Israeli side, because after Yitzhak Rabin was there was a right-wing agenda that
he's
the most racist pig that
never mind, you don't like him, but he's the prime minister. So where's the offer on the other side? Who are we negotiating with right now?
Clearly not been following the public rhetoric and what.
Wait, no, who are we negotiating with right now?
Right.
Who should we pick up the phone and talk to?
Right, who can you get? That's a great question. Well, first of all, Palestinians are not in control of their own destiny, so you have to understand that there is no, because the Palestinian Authority is not even a government. The head of the Palestinian Authority is not even really a prime minister. They don't have solid power to
negotiate on behalf of the Palestinian people. Are you telling me that Abu Mazen couldn't offer peace?
Yo, Maj, can I just interrupt here? Maj, have you ever read a document of general principles, which is the Islamic resistance movement known as Hamas? Have you actually read their document? It's a 17-point document. I just read it for the first time in my life. You do realize this is an Islamic extremist movement, right? It's not just about freeing Palestine. It's about an Islamic extremist movement liberating a spirit known as Palestine through mujahideen or terrorism. Have you actually really read the Islamic Charter of Hamas? Have you read it? I just read it.
Right. Well, don't question my knowledge on Palestine as well, first of all.
Wait. Let me speak. I wanted like a Palestinian, there's like they're crazy. There's the root cause of injustice. Thank you.
We would love to hear what you have to say, but I wasn't asked a question that I'd like to respond to. I hear comedy what you're saying, and earlier earlier in the room, I was saying there is definitely an element of extremism when it comes to a religious component in the Israel-Palestine situation here. But that extremist, how do you say it, element also very much exists in the Israeli society, and that's something that Norm here and Daniel and Yeremiyahu seem to not bring to the table or bring to the conversation.
So, what am I not bringing to the table?
So since the time of there was no genuine interest in peace and making peace with the Palestinians. There's only been more land grabs. There's only been more.
We didn't have 8 peace conferences.
No. This is all a game. This is all a trick from the game. In my perspective, Norm, in my perspective, from what I've seen, right? But I do.
So you don't want diplomacy then? It's not the trick.
No. I'm one. Go ahead, Daniel.
The both sides argument doesn't really work. Yes, there are elements. The Israelis like all kinds of elements, but to compare a minor group of such a faction to a majority, this is when you are lying to yourself. Now, regarding the peace and whatnot, the Israeli society, if they will, again, I don't think that you guys really understand how serious I am when I say that we want security and peace. If they will, and the Israelis don't want to go to the army, don't want to be in checkpoints and in Gaza and do like 500 reserve day, okay? And,
Yo, Chris, people are leaving messages on my YouTube chat saying, what the fuck does this have to do with Longmont Ocean Castle? People are pissed that I'm like putting up fake LPC. They're like using the hashtag LPC. It's like causing chaos in the LPC world. They can't tell if it's a prank call or not.
If we will see an effort, even the slightest effort towards it, then we will be convinced. But I will tell you that to me, as a person,
people think everything's a prank call.
Solution and very much like believing in like coexistence. Yes, just
found some comedy that you really enjoyed.
Yeah, because I've been prank calling since high school. I would prank call people. I figured out a way. There was an app called Phone to Phone or Net to Phone, and you could connect any 2 numbers for free. So I would sit in the library and I would like call the secretary's desk and then have it call the dean's office, and then she'd be like, "Hello, this is Susan," and they'd be like, "Hi, this is Janet. Like, how can I help you, Janet? Susan, why are you calling?" Like, oh my. So eventually they realized somebody was like maliciously connecting the telephones throughout the school. They literally called the FBI to try to figure out like why their entire phone network in high school went into chaos, but it was me. It was all me. I caused the school to actually have total chaos because like it was wasting everybody's time and they were going bananas.
You just gaslit.
There was no occupation in 1967.
That's
There was no occupation.
No, that was an example.
Hang on a second.
Just to be it, I would just an example. Something how does it exist or not? When we have a terrorist, for example, by Goldstein, we call him a terrorist. We don't name streets after him for teaching a school we prosecute them.
Oh, Wednesday. I don't know if he went down, because I definitely
get him back up, and this is his
I
room.
want to address something in the chat. Yakov, click through to the PDF and you can see the updated version, actually published by Hamas.
Right. Well,
He's my second favorite client, and he wants to last down.
Guys, just FYI, I don't know what happened to Amos. He went down the audience, and I think he may think maybe he's sleeping.
No, he's not sleeping. He just went in a embarrassment because you took over his room.
No, I didn't take over anybody's room. I don't give a shit to take over people's rooms.
He just came in and told us that.
Right. Well, I'm saying that I did not take damage, so please don't.
Well, he said that. No, give his room back.
I'm sure. If he's in the room, he's welcome to come up, but I don't.
He's the mod. Let him mod.
Down to
Yeah, she's not the
I
audience.
don't anymore.
Yeah, Maj is the mod.
You went somehow down the audience, so I don't know what
So there was no occupation. Thank you, Max. Thank you. So there was no occupation in 1967. The Arabs attacked anyway. We completely withdrew from Gaza, and the result is what you see today. So it does not seem that the occupation is the reason for all these problems, and it does not seem like you want to state, because when you had territory, you turned it into a terror tunnel, honeycombed weapon to kill Jews. So you don't have any credibility when it says either that the occupation is your reason for attacking or that you want to have a state. What you wanted was Gaza. You got Gaza, and now we're going to destroy this weapon that you created to kill Jews. So you're going to have to come up with another argument. Nor has anybody said to me one time, who are we supposed to talk to? The only representative that I know of the Palestinian people is Abu Mazen. Where is he? Is he in favor of October 7th? Did he condemn it? Is he opposed to it? Is he leading the Palestinian people?
Nor just a second, because Amos is here and he's raising the hand.
I'm making some important.
No, just a second.
But if you have no leader,
Amos, I didn't say. Just a second. Amos, I didn't send you down the audience. I don't know why you're down the audience.
Welcome back to the Longmont Potion Castle podcast, where we're talking to Dr. Julian about
I don't know what's going on.
You just have to exit the room and then come back and.
The user has already been invited to this room. That's what it says when I invite.
Yeah, well, that's it. You don't get one mile.
I'll normal to do it.
Hold on. Not you can change your.
Yeah, I can bring him up.
Hold on 1 second.
Actually, Maj, why don't you give me the green bean? I'll bring him up and then I'll send something up.
Hold on 1 second. Once you can change your room type, so you don't need to raise your hands, and then you can just unmute and come up.
So I'm going to mod Linda. Linda, are you there? If I mod you, maybe you're gonna be able to bring them up.
Just mod Daniel. Okay. Daniel's a super mod. Or mod El Norma. Who cares?
I'll do it. Yeah, I don't give it to you.
Don't mod a woman. Don't mod a woman.
We have our quota.
Wallahi, this is a minion.
This is Yaakov about too.
Yeah, you can mod me for a second.
Oh, Yaakov.
Not you. Actually, Yaakov, can I mod you?
Yeah, sure.
And then you can bring up Norm. Yeah, I have no clue what happened, but
bring up Norm.
I'm so used to sending Norm down the audience that I spoke. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, almost.
Okay, so 3 important points. Once again, there wasn't enough of the conversation about moderation.
Okay, Okay, hold on now. Let me make so much.
Okay, you don't have to say it out loud, Yaakov. You just okay. Correct.
Oh,
so there was no occupation. So there was no occupation in 1967, but the Arabs attacked anyway. So obviously that's not a plausible explanation for the violence from the Palestinians. And there were no Jews in Gaza.
Pepe would be good for long run.
You had your model for a Palestinian state that was Gaza. We withdrew from it, and you turned it into a weapon to kill Jews. So there is no indication.
Actually, Norm would be a good long run too.
To your neighbors, and there is no cause of occupation as a reason for the violence that has ensued. Finally, we have nobody to talk to. Is Abu Mazen in favor of the October 7th or against it? Is he offering peace, or does he pay people when they kill Jews? So I say we're in a very bad position now. We have nobody to talk to, and we're now completing a war against Gaza in order to eliminate the terroristic weapon that the Palestinians have turned Gaza into. We have a big problem on our hands now, and it looks like it's going in one direction. I don't see any Palestinians asking for peace.
Okay, I take the microphone before I go. I don't understand what's happening here. I remove but he can come back.
Yeah, I'd like to troll Copeland for sure. But Pepe's here. Pepe is
I don't to go inside.
Pepe's the target of the Longmont Potion Castle podcast.
Maybe it's not him, maybe it's Clubhouse. I really don't know who to trust, not to trust.
What's the problem?
El Norma, you can't expect people to depoliticize. I mean, there can be no peace unless people depoliticize, essentially. You just see the aggressive attitude. for a very long time, and you don't see it. You like you said, you don't see Palestinians here asking for peace on this app, and you don't see them asking for it in the media. You just see conflict. They just bring gaslight, and that's it.
Blah blah blah. How much you got? Okay, just checking. All right, bye.
Where's the person asking for peace?
Stay here Wednesday. Stay with me. At least 5-10 minutes I go to sleep.
Then I have to hear this stupid idiot comedy. It's a fucking jerk.
No, stay here. Stay.
Oh, by the way, I'm eating some kosher candy, guys. It's very good.
Where's the partner for peace?
None. No peace.
Maybe Dr. Pepe can illuminate us as to how to achieve peace and coexistence now.
Yeah, right. I don't think anybody knows, honestly.
Anyway, I want you to know that even in
That
the
was as
last
much.
1 hour somebody saw me out of the room. I don't understand if it is Clubhouse or it's him, because he say it's not me. So if he say it's not me, I don't know how it's happened that I've been. I did go outside to travel, but I couldn't come back. Maybe it is Clubhouse.
I think it was by mistake. Mine swore up and down. He didn't do it several times. And if you want me to go to the audience, I can.
No, I go to sleep, and I want you to stay and give a moderator to somebody you trust. And I want to say that I like this room tonight, and that's even. And I didn't like that he saw this woman, Kurdistan, that cursing the Palestinian that they cooperate with Saddam Hussein and they kill their people and babies and everything. So she cares a little bit, big deal. You see, I give Shuki to curse me. He come here and sing. If he's not interfering, then I remove it. But I only remove to the audience. I never throw out. If I throw out, you cannot come back. And my believing that everybody is we are the most crazy people. Each one of us who are in the virtual life is a little bit crazy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. This is not a place for human beings. It's a place for virtual people who have nothing else to do. They come to waste time in a clubhouse and arguments and blah, blah, blah bullshit. Like me, I'm also a little bit crazy.
No, Amos, I come here to learn about human brain science, psychology, wisdom, philosophy. I mean, there's so many learned scholars on this app, like El Normo, Dr. Pepe, Daniel, and others. And, we're blessed to have their perspectives and insight. And I say that truthfully, but maybe not about Pepe.
I believe you're a comedy. I believe that your profession is a psychiatrist or something like that. The way you are speaking and everything, usually I believe people till I find them liars, I believe. And what I wanted...
I do the same thing.
It's the only way to listen to people, to make arguments, to curse a little bit. This is the only way of somehow coexistence, even that I'm so pessimistic, so not believe about what I'm myself doing. I don't believe in myself. But I say that there is no other opportunity. Only when Donald Trump now will put the ass on the table, the joker, the ass, whatever you call it, and he say, Bibi, enough is enough. And when he tell Bibi right now feel free to go and attack, he's afraid from the Israelis. If somebody know what is Miluim, he didn't call the Miluim to the military. He only using the young, and the army must obey to Bibi orders. But there is no solution without taking the military out of Gaza, releasing the hostages. This is the only priority to all the Nukhbot who left alive, that keep our hostages, and give them some going out of this situation. Because if we will not give them security for their life, they will not release the hostage. Go inside the red. They fight against Israel, and today they fight against their own people. put yourself as a nukhba, as somebody controlling the hostages. He knows that he's dead. So what does he care to keep on? So the same Bibi Netanyahu, the day he finished the war, he go to prison. There is any other opportunity. He have a court for the rest of his life. He must be in Israel and must be in court. Every day, 3 times a week, he have to go and give the testimony. Only his 3 files. I'm not talking about the war and about the investigation of the war of the 7th of October and all the rubbish right now in Kuwait investigate. Call it Kuwait Gate in Hebrew. He's finished. But the question is, Donald Trump will decide when he will be finished. And when Donald Trump will close the water of the dollars to Israel, he said, Bibi, enough, take your army outside. Then Bibi will say, oh, we win. And Hamas release Yaakov, the room, I listen to you a little bit and I go to sleep after. But thank you, this room was very satisfaction for me. Like,
Okay, the Amos. Good night. Sleep well.
Well, now that we've confirmed Clown House is a place where people come to waste all their time because they have nothing better to do, I'm just wondering if there is a coordinated strike on Iran, in conjunction with liberating the hostages. I mean, doesn't that seem like the natural outcome of an Islamic terrorist group supported by Iran? I mean, you can't just hit one and not hit the other. You got to hit its big brother, right? That's the way I'm thinking.
So the window of peace is losing because I just saw from the Israeli channel, Turkey already moved forces into Syria, right?
Southern Syria.
Yeah, so southern Syria is even worse, right? So if Trump attacked Iran, right, this is attack not from the Arabic nation point of view. This is you attack one, you attack all, right? So Turkey, Syria, Iran will have to respond. No more just Iran respond. Iran already said we're going to respond, and then all the Western.
Turkey is not Arab, and neither is Iran.
Okay, I understand, but the key idea is Iran is getting weak, Syria is getting weak. Iran used to be the mother of Octobers with all the tentacle to Hamas, Hezbollah, UK, and all this thing. Now it's getting weak, right? So this is an opportunity for the second person used to be second person to jump to the first position, and that is Turkey Sunni, right? And this is why and Erdogan has been always very ambitious for this position, and now is the opportunity, even with all the opposition coming from within Turkey. But since for many months, Turkey has been moving the society toward more Islam, more extreme Islam. So that's one of the reasons for the opposition party, because they do not want where Erdogan is bringing them. They are fighting back. So this is one of the silver lining. There's opposition in Turkey, but Erdogan is going to finish the job. He started saying we got to destroy Israel since August.
Yeah, you there? I've been looking at buying some property next to you, and I've been hearing too much sound. I don't know who you are. I said there's too much chaos. It sounds like a dog being beat. Oh. I don't know what you want. Why don't you just button your lip? No. I didn't care for it. I did not care for it. If you were looking for a ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. There's going to be some spills. I get a hold of you. Skills that I've acquired over a very long career. Okay.
now shit under control in Syria, and it has been for decades.
They've already, he's already 8 months ago or so said that they would take care of Israel like they took care of the area between Armenia and Azerbaijan, Nagorno-Karabakh, and like they said in Libya, which they really didn't do much in Libya. That was sort of peacekeeping mission.
Do you think that he was more than saber rattling?
Yeah, it's saber rattling, but now you've got the troops setting up anti-aircraft missile sites in southern Syria. So it's a very provocative move.
And U.S. is sending submarine and additional aircraft carrier. Basically, 3 aircraft carrier now, and a submarine which has capacity of 40 to 60 warhead. Missile, right?
Tomahawk cruise missiles.
Yeah, exactly. So if we still focus on Gaza, basically you are missing the big picture, right?
So Dave was in my other room, Longmont Potion Castle podcast. It's Asian guy.
Well, Dave, this happens all the time.
Normally, during August 2024, what happened to, this is the lowest point since October 7, because for the first time I monitor, for the first time, there are so many rabbis in Israel say, I want to commit suicide because they can't take it anymore. And during this time, the one pushing and making them like, I really need to commit suicide, right? The Muslim rabbi. And this is a religious law. It started 1,400 years, and everyone wants to finish it once and for all.
What I was going to say, Dave, is that larger powers like Iran, or the Soviet Union before them, use Palestinian people or the Arabs of Israel.
Are you laughing at what he just said? It's like, did anybody even hear what he just said? I think people just ignored it, right?
There are people. I mean, come on.
I say they're people. I don't know if they're a people. There's no evidence that they were people.
Come on. Someone coexistence, even the type so pessimistic, so not believe about what I myself doing.
Some of these videos just explode like that. 174 views in just like a couple minutes. I don't know why.
States of Israel, and then discard them when they something.
I think it's because it's comedy. I'm labeling everything comedy now. It seems to be helping.
Iran to send these Palestinian people to their death. They knew very well that Israel was submarine, which is capacity of desire of some of these guys like Sinfar to create this whole orgy of death and destruction, and this is the result that we're seeing. And we've seen it over and over and over again.
Can I ask you a question? Do you believe that Jordanians exist? That Jordanians exist, Lebanese exists, Iraqi identity exists? Why wouldn't that be true then, or ring true to the people living in the Holy Land? Could it be that because Arabs living in the Holy Land, their identity as Palestinians are at odds with an Israeli identity? Like, why would you recognize Lebanese and Jordanian, but not the Palestinian identity?
We started off believing in these guys. No, look, there's Yazidis, there's Samaritans, there's Armenians.
But when it comes to Palestinians are just Arabs, right?
There's Jews. Well, no, the question is whether there's supposed to be a state. The question is, what are the Palestinian people?
They're obviously a group of people in a geographic area.
I don't know.
Right. And I can tell you that Palestinian people are all the generations that passed through the land. And for a minute, there are Palestinian families like the Nashashibi, like Shaheen.
I've never seen any mention of them ever.
Over time, Madison learns your brand's voice. And by increasing your ratings and reviews through simplified review requests. Only directing the positive ones to Google to be posted publicly.
Which book, Badge?
Basically, the ethnic cleansing of Palestine, but then you may be very triggered and but
no, I don't get triggered. I'm like a doctor. I'll remove the cancer. So you want me to read a propaganda piece about demonizing Israel?
No, the last was written before 1964.
diplomatic.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
So we have some mention of
Iran is not Arab. Iran is not Arab. Arab are useful idiots, right? The best useful idiot are Palestine. Iran is not Arab. Iran is Persian, and they need useful idiot. The first idiots are the Hamas and Palestine. The second layer of idiot are those in the West. Those protesting in the campus. These are useful idiots, but the best idiot are Palestine.
Yeah. So what we're talking now is the bigger picture of Iran and Turkey. The Palestinians were used by Iran to provoke this regional conflict, and now they're getting it. Do you think anybody really going to advocate for them now? There's not even a leader. I mean, the whole situation is tragic and absurd, I have to say.
Arab are just pieces on the chessboard. The big player are Iran and Turkey. They are not Arab. Arab fight among themselves. That's for using as a chess piece. You play. No, yeah, you just play. They are just fighting, and they are just useful. They're so useful, idiot, and they are being controlled by non-Arab, which is Persian and Turkey. That's how stupid the situation, and mostly tragic.
Dave, I think you did seem to forget to mention also the U.S., which is has major interest in the region.
U.S. is the big Satan for Iran. Iran said we want to destroy big Satan, and in doing so, we need a lot of useful idiots, and the Arab are the best useful idiots. And then we infiltrate U.S. University and have a lot of Western American campus useful idiots.
That started over the past 20 years with Qatari funding to reach $10 billion.
2005, start building color, everything. You're the best useful idiot. That is how sad and tragic.
I always wonder this question: does the counselor go to a counselor?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Hey,
the motivation started 1,400 years ago. The unfinished business between Shia and Sunni.
Right.
This is not me, these are the scholars.
Be helpful as a wounded healer, because otherwise, how am I going to be able to,
Are you going to relate?
लड़कियों से सबसे ज्यादा दूर कौन भाग?
What is shocking to me is that they're still debating this nonsense like this is It's tragic. So they're going still with this. Meanwhile, the story is over, and you're still trying to sell. October 7th is over. You're still trying to sell the story is over. Gaza is over. That's what you're not facing.
I mean, it's not, unfortunately, it's not, though, it's not so hard to go ongoing with the hostages.
It's easy for a third party to say it's over.
There's a slim chance. I think there's I don't know. You have no connection to this conversation.
There is an active investigation.
Excellent. Okay. Well, we know those results. Thank you for letting us know. Yes,
Right.
that's
So
good.
this is
We got it. We got it. Because things we got it. This means we're having a different conversation.
You're not talking about the Nova Festival.
We're having a different conversation.
It doesn't matter.
I'm glad you read an article. Good job to you.
No, I didn't.
You did a good job. Thank you.
Numerous reports.
I got it. You read an article. Good job. Thank you.
The article actually doesn't support
You read an article.
short-range execution. Yes, but the article doesn't support your assertion. If you have an article that says the article says they were shot at close range, don't have the ammunition type to tell whether it's Israeli versus Hamas, because they're different weaponry. It says that they fired at the van, which was driving erratically towards them. That's been a known tactic to use any type of vehicle to try to go up and explode it near troops. So they fired at them. Didn't say that they fired at them at close range, like execution style. Firing at a van sounds like something that's from a distance, or more than behind the head, which is execution style. So if you have an article that that has evidence of what you're talking about, I'm happy to read it.
Yaakov, this is the thing. You're missing.
This has Hamas atrocity written all over it. They're known for slaughtering their own people. They're known for slaughtering their own people.
We're having this civilized call.
I mean, unfortunately, they did massacre. And that human life in Palestine is deemed, like that human life is basically.
So Yaakov,
Let's have a one-line
that's not happening.
policy.
Guys, Yaakov,
I read through the article and it didn't support what you said.
There are other articles. I don't want to keep arguing that some articles
I can give some information about this.
Daniel,
be quiet.
let Daniel add some information. 1 second. Let's let Daniel add some information.
I don't think it's so triggering that soldiers there have so much hatred that they would have.
Let me just address what Yaakov
said.
Very quickly. It's
already
what are you afraid of? Why are you scared?
Disease. I'm afraid of being bored by your foolishness. I'm terrified of the risk of intelligence.
Can you summarize in 30 seconds?
Okay, take your 30 seconds quickly, Aziz.
Summarize in 30 seconds.
Than I would be.
Thank you, Yaakov.
Yaakov is much nicer to you than I would be.
Bro,
Aziz, if this room isn't a good fit for you, Aziz, then go find another room.
So, Aziz, for 30 seconds, and then let's hear from you.
Thank you. Trying to be civilized here. So, in reference, 1 second, no, just
30 seconds, though. Go ahead.
Control yourself. So cool. The article says that Israel has confirmed that they shot at the vehicle, right? So this is the timeline. This is what actually happened, and Israel confirms what's happened. There's only two things they haven't confirmed or denied, right? So an ambulance is supposedly driving towards them. The only survivor was in the back of the ambulance. He ducked and survived. So they killed the two drivers, right? 13 aid workers came to recover the bodies. They were also killed. Those 15 in totality were buried in a grave with the vehicles. The vehicles don't have bullet holes on them, and then so this is a fact. Israel said we shot at them because they were coming towards us. The witness said we weren't moving. The witness says the witness says we were not moving. We were staying.
Okay, thank you for your 30 seconds. It's like the fourth time it's offending on the same limit. Thank you. Guys, 30 seconds. Thank you, Aziz. We're seeing a little bit. Thanks, Aziz.
You're a coward.
Thank you, Aziz. Thank you.
Part of that is
You'll always be afraid of
Thank you very much. I know.
sharing your heart. You know that, right?
Terrified. Yes. Thank you.
Is there anything else you wanted to add to that? Are you done?
Yeah, so I just wanted to say, so look, more evidence is coming out, but
okay, let's wait till the final. Let's wait till all of the parts.
Daniel, little story.
Daniel, can you give us some more information?
So I was going to say.
Yeah. So you finished.
Shut up.
Basically creates like a different narrative.
Right, so let's get the different narrative argument. Daniel wants to No, shut up. Let
You guys be quiet.
Let Daniel speak.
Just Daniel.
Thank you.
Okay, so basically, again, we have an article there that the only source that we have is Hamas. So we need to understand this. And so it's always like there's an event that happens.
No, it's Israel and the Red Crescent.
It's not your turn. Try to be civilized.
Right.
No, it's
It's live.
Okay, thank you, Aziz.
Okay, I can start by saying that everything, like I said, everything you just said is nonsense, and now I will address it. Okay, so I said you don't need to stop and say I lied because basically this is my claim that Okay.
Israel confirmed it.
Thank you would be.
Thank you.
For one thing, just let me finish.
He's not gonna let him. Please let him down.
Please.
Bend him down.
It's always the same.
Time to go down. Time to do
It's always the same thing. Especially if there's like a shred of truth and then they create like this around it. Now, Hamas is using, ambulances and expressways and everything, and it's a known fact that anyone that says that they don't is like lying to themselves. But this event, I wonder if there's what time it was. I don't even know.
To people living in the Holy Land couldn't be that big because
Aaron doesn't claim until there is evidence. Now it was in the middle of the night. The ambulance, basically, so this ambulance did it without in the middle of the night, without lights, any other lights. The people that were killed were feeling
Because at the end of the day,
so that is the story. Now, in order Hamas cannot be shamed to say that we used an ambulance and we killed one of our own.
They
serving God, send it to Hamas,
and everyone is good and evil and good.
They have very low standards of verification. You can see throughout 17 months. And this way, very no one would ask questions.
I didn't realize you heard me, so go ahead.
No, it's like you analysts together asking the same thing. Your source investigating people that was published in the Guardian, okay? My source is the
transgenders have to do with the $40 trillion national deficit, Dr. Kevin?
powers and the role of events. So this is an official source. And this is what?
Can we have a copy of that?
So honestly, some the things that she's
IDF was the source?
Yes.
And you think that they're a reliable source, not a skewed source that has military objectives? It's kind of a little ridiculous to think that they would tell you the full truth, especially when a story makes it internationally, that they would create a narrative to tell. And it's not uncommon, Daniel. It's not uncommon that this has happened all throughout the world.
No, actually, it never happened.
The things that they've done in
understand.
Hold on. Let's not play bingo with this example.
There were many allegations against the IDF like this one, but I can tell you that yes, I do believe the IDF because the IDF has accountability, responsibility, and all the moral code, and all the people that how they act there. And yes, it's not a political army. And yes, there are objectives, but fabricating, there's too many people involved. You need to understand that the IDF is we are all part of the IDF. It's not like a secret organization that is small. You cannot hide this kind of shit.
Can we get
Do you have an English language source you can pin?
Yeah.
I would strongly disagree with you, Daniel, unfortunately. I also just want to add another thing with all the public rhetoric that exists in Israel today, with the narrative that exists towards Palestinians, especially the one that assumes Palestinians are the Amalekites, which God tells David to go and kill all the kids or all the mothers. So just a second, yes, but you're talking about authorities, but we're speaking about authorities that look at reality through the lens of 2,000-year script, and that's something that we cannot remove from the equation. Yeah, deprivation, the public
He was referring to Hamas and the Palestinians. And he was referring to remember the Amalekites, not kill the Amalekites. What's written in that Torah is remember in every generation, in every generation, the Amalekites.
And It's all about the ideas. It's not about me.
Daniel, I think that you don't have any reason to distrust the IDF since they're there for your security. But I do believe that
no, I serve the IDF, dude.
That I mean, it's not a reliable source. And
much. With all due respect, okay. I literally serve, in a unit that is also working with multiple spokesmen in wherever I was. Anybody that I know serve the IDF. I now have people in my life, in my family, my immediate family, that are in the IDF. With all due respect, I'm not being fed propaganda. I live on the ground. I know what's going on. I was part of the system for more than 3 years. Okay, I know the values. I know how it works. I know the mechanics inside. I know the system of verification, and you're thinking it's like I don't know what you imagine. Hamas can do it.
It's not that I grew up in Jerusalem firsthand, and I saw amazing fire in front of me. When it comes down to conflict in narratives between the Palestinians and the Israelis, when it comes down to specific, let's say, scenarios, and what the Palestinians were seeing, what the Israelis were seeing, and I do believe that there is ill intent coming from both sides, and that the majority of the
I disagree with you.
Okay, well, so shoot.
Yeah, you can do it. So let's resolve it this way.
But Norma, I wanted to just land my plane. I know I'm being intelligence. More people. I do just want to mention one more thing. I mean, it's not so far-fetched that you have thousands of people in football matches like Bitaru Yusufzai yelling Mavet Arabi, death to Arabs by the groves. It's a very popular slogan, and that today they're in the military, they're existing in Gaza, and that they're doing whatever the heck they want because the world doesn't care about what's going on.
That's why they're called
the ideas. Nobody it's not the same. You can compare a hooligan in a sports match to an soldier in uniform. It's like comparing them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we've heard of the idea. Pending further investigation. We've heard the 2 points of view about the story. There's no point obsessing about this story. We're talking about solutions.
We can read what I'm putting in the chat because I want to put in the chat.
Thank you everybody for your contribution. It's time to move on.
No, can you read what I put in the chat?
Let's move on. Let's move on from that.
Can you read what I put in?
We have one more values inside information.
I think everyone can.
Can you hear me?
Okay, last.
This is how we do it.
I know. I saw it.
So, okay.
So what is we're open.
Okay, Yaakov. Okay, I'm going to read now what Daniel just sent me.
Thank you.
The IDF did not
My lieutenant,
Please don't interrupt. You can talk when I'm.
Yes, the lieutenant.
The IDF did not randomly attack an ambulance on March 23rd. Let me walk through what happened step by step. Number one, last Sunday, several uncoordinated vehicles were identified advancing suspiciously towards IDF troops without headlights or emergency signals. IDF troops then opened fire at the suspected vehicles. Earlier that day, cars that did not belong to terrorists were coordinated and passed safely on the same route. 2. Following an initial assessment, it was determined that the forces had eliminated a Hamas military operative, Mohammed Amin Ibrahim Shubaki, which took part in the October 7th massacre, along with 8 other terrorists of Hamas and the Islamic Jihad. 3. After coordination between the IDF and international organizations, the evacuation of bodies was carried out. It's truly not surprising that